Welcome back to Simply Ruhoni. Please welcome to our new series, the World Cooking Series, where we are going to travel from continent to continent, country to country, cooking famous and favorite dishes from these countries. Yes, we might not be able to get all the ingredients, but you know what? We are going to use what is available where you are. Just get ready to test different recipes and learn a bit more about the country we are visiting. For our first episode, we are going to a country found in 2 continents. Salam from Azerbaijan. East borders Europe and West Asia. Population of 10 million people and capital city is Baku. Azerbaijan culture is largely influenced by Europe and Asian culture. So today we are making Shakh Pilaf. It is easy to make and it is very delicious. Now let us start. Here are the ingredients. Here we have meat, half a kilogram, and your meat should have a bit of fat. Minced garlic, anistar seeds. Here I have 3. Here we have black pepper. This is the ginger, grated ginger. This is butter and the salt. So first we are going to start by browning our meat. I'm going to use this clay pot. This is just a modification, but from what I saw, they just boiled the meat. So if you don't want to brown your meat, you can just go straight and boil your meat. And so after our butter has melted, then add your meat pieces. In this recipe, you can see we've made a lot of modification depending on what is available. But if you have everything available, like the video that I've just linked in the description box below, then you can follow the steps as required. So now cover and let it cook for a while. Majority of Azerbaijan people are Muslims. Though they said most of them are not practicing Islam, but they still identify themselves as Muslims. Okay, so you can see here our meat has started to brown. Okay, now next step we are going to add spices, starting with garlic, and then add ginger, then add the 3 anistar seeds, and then finish by adding salt. Again, I think you can add whatever spices that you prefer or you like. Then after that, cook for just a minute. Please make sure your meat does not burn at this stage. Then add hot water. Mix well before adding more water. It is very important to make sure that your meat has been seasoned well, because that's where the taste comes from. Okay, so please do not skip this stage. Then cover and let it cook. So while the meat is cooking, let us prepare onions. You can cut them into whatever shape that you like, big or small, but for me I prefer to have the onion pieces in small size. After that, you can set them aside and continue to prepare the pumpkin. For the pumpkin, we don't need all this much. You can just get even a quarter of a pumpkin depending on the size. So Azerbaijan economy largely depends on the production of oil. I don't know about you, but for me, from this very episode, I've learned a lot about Azerbaijan. The fact that this country is transcontinental, it does not just situated in one continent, but in 2. It was really a mind-blowing for me. But apart from gaining knowledge, I'm also excited to the fact that we are going to try so many different recipes. So please stick around and let us travel the world together. So cut your pumpkin pieces into whatever shape that you prefer, but make sure they are not very small. Now that our meat is ready, Smells so good, and you can see it's very brown in color. So here I had to test first, making sure that the meat is well done, and then after that I put it aside. So let us continue. First we are going to melt the butter. If you don't have the butter, then you can use just normal oil. I know in some countries butter is there, but it is very expensive. So if you don't have butter, you can just use normal oil. So we are going to cook our onions until they are translucent. Season your onions with salt. Remember at this point that you have added salt in your meat, so make sure that it is not too much salt, and then cook for like a minute. Then after that add your turmeric, or if you have curry powder, then you can use that too, and a bit of garlic. Again, cook for a minute or two, making sure that your garlic is well cooked. And lastly, add black pepper and cook again for a minute or two. Their official language is Azerbaijani. Then add your pumpkin pieces. First mix well with the onions and other spices that you've added. Then after that you are going to add your meat and mix well. You are going to leave it to cook for like 2 to 5 minutes, not more than 5, because we are going to continue cooking, so you don't need to make it well cooked now. Like I said, after 5 minutes, set it aside. Traditionally, they wear shoha and papaki. Papaki is a wool hat. I wish I had photos to show you, but don't worry, I'm working on it. I'm afraid just to get photos from the internet due to legal issues. But if anyone knows where I can find the photos which I can use legally, please let me know in the comment section below. So now we are cooking rice. I've added oil and then rice. Let it cook until the water runs dry. If you have basmati rice, go ahead and cook as required. Here basmati rice is more expensive compared to just the normal rice. So cook until the water is all dried out, just like this. Here our rice is dry, and then add a little bit of water. Enough so that our rice is almost or half done, okay? Then cover and let it cook. So after it has cooled down, we are going to add our dried fruits. Here I've added raisins, and these are dates. We don't have apricot on this part of the world, or if they are there, I believe they are going also to be expensive, so I just found what we can use. One thing though, remember to take the seeds from the dates before you add them to the meat. Musically, Azerbaijan is largely influenced by Iran. It is also influenced by other neighbors. For example, on north we have Russia, Dagestan Republic, and in west we have Armenia and Turkey. So here our rice is almost done. We are going to set it aside. And one tip though, if you are cooking the normal rice, make sure you are using a non-stick pot. So the next step, I added ghee at the bottom. Again, where I am, ghee is very expensive. If you don't have that, again, I advise you to use just normal oil. Then add rice and try to spread it evenly well in your pan. Again, it is very difficult to find saffron where I am, so I just used food color. This was orange color, and then after that, lay down your meat mixture. Again, spread evenly, not that one side there's a lot of meat, on the other side it is not. Make sure you spread it very well and evenly. Again, we are going to repeat the process. So just to stress here, the amount of rice and meat that you are going to cook depends on how many people you are cooking for. After that, add ghee at the top, or if you don't have ghee, then you can use melted butter, or if you don't have that, then you can just use normal oil. Remember, our pumpkin and rice are not yet cooked, so we added a little bit of water, cover and let it cook. Azerbaijan is also known as Land of Fire. a natural growing fire on the hillside for at least 65 years. Our dish is ready. Now mix it so that the meat and the rice mixes well. So I just thought that this dish will be perfect for those who have problem with spices. It smells and tastes so good. Switch off the stove and let it rest for a few minutes. Now it is time to serve our dish. Again, you can serve this with any side dishes of your choice. If it is salad or if it is stew, it is up to you. So our rice is just very well done. You can see our rice is not mushy. And again, you can see the pieces of the pumpkin. So on close look, you can see our pumpkin pieces, dates, raisins, and pieces of meat. And lastly, garnish it with coriander leaves. That's all. And thank you so very much for watching. Elish.